This is the third week of Valorant here for the Keene State Esports team. Today we're up against the Neumont Llamas, and so far, it's nice to be back once again.
Yeah, welcome back, Matt.
After an absence from last week, I heard some of the comments about the phone that they hit the heart.
Yep.
And, I appreciate you guys looking out, and we'll be right back as soon as the pick phase starts. As the first map will be Lotus.
All right, welcome. Our map is Lotus, which is a brand new map that we haven't seen yet here at Keene State. So I'm very interested to see what we do and what we pick.
Absolutely. We're going to see a lot of new strategies have to come out here from the team. We are currently not aware. This is a map that the new coach Adarsh has put the team on so far for practice, or if this is something that came out of left field. But as we're approaching into this game, we are going to see a comp that is very well practiced for Keene State here, running that double initiator comp here once again. However, what we're going to see from Neumont is a very similar double initiator comp, but we are seeing the newest agent in the game, Tejo, coming in here as well, which is not something we've seen so far this season.
Looks like we're just taking a few minutes to get this last locked in.
Deliberation must be going on over there. Might be trying to decide between the Omen and the Brimstone at this point, and how Keene State does decide on the Omen pick here.
Yeah, perchance.
There we are. Alright, and as we're seeing here for the first round here, we are going to see that Keene State are going to opt for running 2 on C, 1 on B, and 2 on A. Both teams are fairly, well, at least Keene State is not, we're not entirely familiar with the game plan here.
I'm sorry, we just gotta change some settings real quick.
Yeah, there's some slight technical issues here. Alright, and as we're going to see here, we are going to see that Neumont is trying to figure out how to push some of these. I just realized I'm mistaken. Keene State is the one pushing, not Neumont. Yeah, as we come first, we're trying to see here how Keene State is trying to get some sites here. However, they are going to opt for playing onto B site here. This will give a large advantage here to this region player. We see here, however, Mary will trade out with that Sentinel, and we are going to see it's currently down to a 3v2 here in favor of Neumont as it comes down. However, Neumont will find Lisa here. However, Chumley will find one, leaving it to a 2v1 here.
He does get the pick. Both players are very low health.
Chumley here, 4 HP and a dream. 10 seconds left on the clock here. He will have to make a play or opt to not at all.
I have the spike.
Does get that kill though.
Sadly, Chumley will not be able to get the pick there. However, will secure 4 eliminations as well, leaving that first round in favor of Neumont. Keene here has to try to find another plan here to push onto these sites here, opting to half purchase here with these Bulldogs. Oh, I am just off today. I keep thinking that Neumont is Keene and Keene is Neumont. I apologize. I'm not used to us being red, the bad guys, obviously. But as we go forward in this match here, we are going to see that Keene State is going to be on a heavy eco here with only these classics available to them, which will put them at a disadvantage here as they start to push up. Artejo will reveal where Keene State is pushing up, and they will opt to try to take a little more of an aggressive push here. However, the Killjoy utility will come out and will put a little bit of a stop here to Keene State. However, Chum will run out of ammo just before he's able to find that Tejo. However, Tejo will be traded out by Shotgun User.
Unfortunately, Mish does get picked off.
Shotgun User finding 2 here, bringing it down to a 2v1.
Unfortunately, going into the camera at the wrong time.
Clock here in favor of Keene State.
Oh, unfortunate.
Ooh, just barely not being able to find that there. With only 2.5 seconds to spare, Neumont will take the second round here and will secure some of that momentum that is, we figured out so far this season, very vital to win these games. Keene State opting for a full buy here as they come into this next round.
Looks like Keene State are opting to go towards C once again.
Tejo still on that site there. Will make it a little harder to approach as they will have that information available to them.
We'll see the Guardian come out from Chum.
See, avoiding a lot of that utility there that Neumont is throwing out, try to buy some time here for their other teammates to rotate around onto the site here. However, Mish will find that Killjoy there, leaving it to currently a 4v5, brought down to a 3v5 in favor of Keene State as Shotgun User finds another. Neumont is left without their initiator here on this site, which will make it a little harder for them to approach on here. However, they do still have that utility that, never mind, they do not have those smokes anymore and will not be able to really find a lot of space here as they push on the site. Keene State will take away their first round of this match, bringing it to currently 1-2 in favor of Neumont. Both teams here around on somewhat equal footing when it comes to economy. However, Neumont will be in a little bit of a precarious position when it comes to the purchasing here, trying to force here. However, if they do lose this round, it will leave them in a spot where it'll be much harder to try to get back some of that momentum.
Ooh, very nice
Shotgun
early
user
pick.
will find the head of the opposing breach, leaving it down to a 4v5 here. Keene State taking that advantage over to A site here. Keene State opting to use that breach ult. Will find two of Neumont's players here, giving a lot of space here. However, they will be traded out, leaving that Killjoy in exchange for Shotgun user. Neumont here on all sides.
Fortunately, Yuri is picked off. He just finds another.
Mish will find their third. However, the Omen will find Chumley there, leaving just him versus both Issa and Mish here as they approach the end of the plant.
Very nice from me, finding 4 that round. It's now 2-2.
Keene State here building themselves some comfort room as they equalize the score, currently 2-2. Both teams have ultimates available to them, but Neumont do have two, and especially that initiator ult available to them, which will allow them to potentially retake site with a lot more oomph than we have seen before. Both teams here just trying to throw out utility here, seeing what they can find with it.
Consider opting to rotate towards A.
Mish finds one here, bringing in Mish advantage of 4v5. However, both Mish and Chumley will be found early on here and will be brought down to a currently 3v4 in favor of Neumont. Shotgun user taking an aggressive peek there, leaving it down to 3v3 here. However, the result will come out and we'll find Yeri there, leaving it currently 2-3 here. Ooh, and Neumont will find all of Keene State's players there, getting themselves a thrifty, which will earn back some of that momentum that they lost from the past few rounds. Bringing it, again, relatively equal in economy. Keene State opting once again to try to put pressure onto the C site here. However, the diffuser will be on A site.
See a
Keene State
bunch of
executing onto site here. Utility being thrown out by both teams here. However, that will result in 2 kills from the Tejo onto Keene State, leaving it down to currently a 3v4. Another one of Keene State will be found, leaving currently just 2v4 here as they try to push on back onto site. However, Yeri will find one and will be the last one standing here for Keene State. and will be
Unfortunately, it
blinded
was a
and
1v3.
will be found, as that will be that 6th round in favor of Neumont here today.
A lot of utility was used there in that fight. It looks like we have a timeout happening.
And while we have some time available to us here, we would like to thank the premier sponsor of the Owl Media Network, the New Hampshire Army National Guard. For more information, please visit www.nationalguard.com/nh or call 1-800-GO-GUARD.
Thank you, Matt, for doing that.
Absolutely. We love to thank our sponsors here.
Yeah, especially when you don't butcher the the saying of the.
We don't have to talk about it. That was 2 weeks ago.
No, I butchered it last time when you weren't here.
Oh yeah,
I like
that
completely
is
messed
that
it up.
You know, we all have our moments. While we have a little more time available to us here, we would also like to thank the New Car Nissan of Keene, your premier new Nissan and used car dealership near Keene. Discover the new car difference. You know, as we approach again into these rounds here, we are seeing a trend here where Neumont is finding picks early on to Keene State as they approach onto site, and it's just hamstringing Keene when it comes to, you know, trying to compete with the retake that Neumont has. Ults available here to both teams. 4 for Keene and 3 for Neumont here. Keene is revealed on C site. However, they are going to bring Spike over to A site, and both Mish and Isa will be found, leaving Spike there hanging as Neumont starts to rotate around to defend it, as Keene State cannot progress with the match until they get that. We are seeing the Raze ult come out from Chumley. Sadly, will not find anyone. Ooh. 3 will be there to find Chumley as he peeks around. Maybe currently 1v4 here for Yeri, and Yeri will be found by that Tejo, leaving it to 5-2 in favor of Neumont.
Fairmont played that fairly aggressive, pretty much.
Yeah, they got the that Spike down on that A site connector, and they were able to immediately take advantage of that and push onto it and find all of Keene State's players as well. Ults here are available for both teams again to come through. Keene State has been sitting on a couple of these for a few rounds. That utility of them keeps going down and down, as they will not be able to get more as the match progresses without using them in the first place. State will have Spike over on C site here, as we will see that all of Keene State players are rotating around, and we will see the breach ult come out. Shotgun user will find one, and they will have control of site here. However, the Teo will come out and will not find any of Keene State's players here. There's currently a 4v5 here in favor of Keene State, as the clock will go down for Neumont here. Neumont will find one, will find two, leaving currently 3v2 here. Clock still in favor of Keene State here. Chumley will find one and will be peeked out by 2, and will leave it currently 2-3 here. And that will be all of Keene State's players here.
Unfortunate.
Keene State opting to eco here. Which will leave them at a disadvantage in regular gunfights here. They will have to try to take some of these sites differently than they have before. We are going to see the split once again with a core of 3 heading over to B site, while Yeri and Mish are inching on to A site here with the spike as well. Neumont here trying to push out Keene State's players here. However, that raise will be found, leaving it currently down to a 4v5 here and leaving Neumont without their duelist. Mish will be able to find that Vandal here, giving Keene a little bit of a edge here as they push on over to C site as well.
Issa does find a pick.
Trading out there for one of Keene's players there, leaving currently down to a 3v4 here with site control as well. Chumley is going to push out and will be found by 2 of Neumont's players, currently leaving to a even 3v3. We are going to see Issa pull out that cipher roll, try to get some information on where Neumont's players are. We are going to see that Mish is going to get 1 pick here. Issa will find another, leaving it currently down to 2v1 in favor of Keene, and Keene will secure the round with Issa getting 3 picks.
Very nice.
And finding a win here to try and stop this momentum that Neumont has been building for themselves. We are going to see that 2 of Keene's players are once again going to be trying to split attention here onto this A site connector as well. However, they will be sending Spike over to C site. Neumont will be throwing out a lot of utility here to try to stop Keene from getting some of these rotates over. However, they will not be capitalizing on the time that their team is buying here. We will see that Omen will be rotating over. However, the Killjoy ult will come out in order to stop Keene here from making this push. And Killjoy will find 2 of Keene's players here. However, they will be traded out, leaving it currently down to a 3v4 here in favor of Neumont. Keene here does have this Sova ult available to them. Neumont now playing retake here.
The Omen ult did come out from Neumont.
Mish will be found by Neumont. Ooh, sadly, Yeri will be found there, even though he did have the jump on them. Shoots one, the other will turn.
Yeah, unfortunate.
And that will be that 10th round in favor of Neumont here. Score currently 7-2-3.
Does seem like Keene State are heading towards A point this time.
a mix-up of what Keene has currently been trying to do, which is trying to play a lot on the C site and B site as well. Probably try to get more utility out of the Rays that they have been playing. Two of Keene's players will be found early. 4 of them will be found early by that Rays ult here, leaving it currently down just to Mish.
1v3 with only 31 HP. That's
And a Spectre. Can't forget the Spectre.
Oh yes, the Spectre. This is a very tough situation. This might just end up becoming a save round if we can manage it.
Ooh, sadly, the Omen will be inside the smoke as that teleport comes out, and that will be the 11th round for Neumont. Last round of the half here. Both teams have ults available to them. How it comes down to use, we will hopefully see as it comes through.
They're going back to C with the A distraction. Shotgun user with the shotgun once again.
Going back to his roots. We are going to see the breach ult come out from Neumont here, try to secure some ground here on site, and that will allow Neumont to find 2 of King State's players here. However, Yeri will trade out, and Yeri will be found as well, but will be traded once again, leaving it down to a 3v2 here. Issa will find another, leaving just Issa 1v2 here, and will be found by that Killjoy, leaving that last round in favor of Neumont. Current score currently 9-3 in favor of said Neumont. We are going to see the switch onto defense here. Both teams, again, on equal footing when it comes to economy here. We are going to see how Keene will try to take defense, especially with this double initiator comp. We might see a focus similar to what Neumont was doing with focusing on that retake as well.
It does seem like Neumont are going for that C push.
Just Issa alone on the site here. Keene State will have to find a way over here. Issa will back up, opting to play for retake here as the rest of Keene State's team rotates over from A site as well. The plant will go down, leaving that clock in favor of Neumont here. Time is ticking here for Keene State. They will have to be the ones to make these plays here and to make these pushes onto the site. Utility being thrown out here by both teams. However, the blind will find 3 of Keene State's players, allowing 3 to be picked, and will be currently down to a 4v1 here. Tremley will find 1. Will find 2. And will be found by that 3rd one there, leaving that first round of the second half in favor of Neumont.
Nice pick from Heavy.
We'll see a trade here for both teams. Going currently down to a 4v4 here. Both teams trying to throw out utility here, trying to break this stalemate that has occurred on A site. However, it will appear that Neumont will opt to rotate over to B site. Some damage onto Issa here. The breach will peek through the smoke and will be found, leaving a bulldog there for Keene State to take as Mish will pick it up. Neumont will plant onto the C site here, putting the clock in favor of Neumont.
Instead are waiting to make their move.
The flying shotgun user will find one, leaving just Issa by herself here to try to get this, and will be found by the Omen, leaving that 14th round for Neumont. Keene State here at a round deficit, and we will see a timeout start for Keene. And again, as we do have some time available to us, we would like to again thank some of our sponsors here today of the Owl Media Network, starting with the American Steel Fabricators. Visit www.americansteelfab.com for more information. And next, we would also like to thank the Fenton Family Dealerships, the tri-state area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Locally owned since 1986. And before I believe I started talking, I interrupted you, Jack.
I was just going to say, it definitely seems like Keene State are having a bit of a harder time, and, you know, especially being on a pretty much new map that they don't play on, it definitely seem like they're struggling a little bit.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of these determined plans that they would have on a map like we have seen with Bind or Haven as well. So without kind of that muscle memory of the map, it can be a challenge to try to secure some of these plays, and might struggle a bit more in the execution as well.
Shotgun user with the shotgun, as per usual.
This is where miracles are made here, gentlemen.
We do get a trade-off. Yuri and Issa find two. Mish finds another. Yuri finding the last one, and that was a successful push from Keene State.
Yeah, you really see the strength of that double initiator comp on some of these retake plays that Keene have been doing here, and Neumont as well for that matter. You know, that ability to be able to throw a lot of that utility onto the defenders there, and it really allows a lot of space to be made, especially with some of those displacement duels available to some of the picks like Omen or Breach, as we've seen.
We also just saw right there that the phone came out, Matt. Any comments?
You know, a younger me would have oh my God, it's the phone. You know, I can't resist my old ways. Old ways as it wasn't 2 weeks ago when I first learned that foes exist in this game. Anyway, we are going to see that Neumont is going to have a split push here. on almost all sites here, trying to just find picks here to make a push onto any of these sites definitively. We are going to see that Neumont is going to start converging onto this B site here, and we are going to see both teams here trying to get on, and we are going to see a pick on to Shotgun User, leaving Keene 4 players to Neumont's 5 here. However, Chumley will be found again by that raise, leaving it down to a 3v, now down to a 2v5 here for Keene. A very difficult position to play from, especially at a score like this.
Unfortunately,
We are going to see Issa get picked as well. Yeri will push on, will find 1. Yeri will find 2 here. But will be found by that Killjoy, putting that 16th round in favor of Neumont and putting the game to match point here. Keene State in a very difficult position to play with. They will need to win 8 rounds in a row to be able to bring this match to overtime here. Sadly, the dart will not be able to find its intended destination here. Neumont opting to attempt the same play as they did from last round, hoping to secure a victory in just the same way.
Neumont has not picked up the spike, it seems. So, alright, there we are.
Allowing them, I believe that play was to allow them to easily rotate to whatever site they find easiest to push on, as they do find Chumley there. However, Mish will find another. Will find 2 with a stinger. However, will be picked out, leaving an equalized 3v3 here. However, Neumont still does have their controller here, which will allow them to really split up some of these sight lines here for them, as Yeri does find that Killjoy here. And we are going to see the plant onto C site here.
We do
Yeri
see a
will
pick
find 1,
with
leaving
the
currently
ult.
down to a 3-1 here in favor of Keene, as they will start the defuse.
Nice,
And they will
Yeri
find
getting
that, and
that
that will
third
be
pick.
that 17th round in favor of Keene.
Well,
Keene
nice.
now down to 7 rounds to win, to be able to bring this match again to overtime.
They are going for a very aggressive approach onto A point. They did use up that
We
raise
are
ult.
going to see
The
a lot of ults here come out from Neumont here, as they are trying to just secure this round and secure this match. Yeri will find 1 there, leaving Yeri will find 2, leaving it to a 3v5 here for Keene. We are going to see many ults come out here from Neumont, and they will find 2 players with it. Leaving it to a 3v3 here. Yeri will find that 3rd. Yeri will find the 4th. And will find the Killjoy on top of that, leaving that 18th round here for
Good.
Keene State.
Keene State does get the defuse too. Very nice.
Keene here, 2 rounds, leaving only 6 left for that overtime. Counting down here, they're pulling out all the stops they can in order to try to make this round a win here tonight.
Neumont used quite a few ults there. Cause
All the ones they had available to them, for that matter.
yeah, Looking at their ult meter, all of them are at 1 out of 8 or 9.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe that was all 5.
That might have been all 5, and Keene State still held their own.
Neumont will opt to again push onto this B site here. Keene not present on it. Will be playing a lot here for retake. A trade will occur there, leaving it down to a 4v4. Then
Mish finds
we'll find.
2.
I cannot keep up with these picks going on. It will be down to 3v1 here, and that will be the Yeri will find the last one, and that will now be 5 rounds for Keene State to win.
Very nice. It's very hard to keep up. They just were able to attack us all simultaneously and just.
So much happens in just a few seconds. It can all determine. And there's that. Every time I see it, it's mental flashbang. Neumont here pushing onto the C site. Keene State making rotations over. However, Yeri will hesitate a bit here and will try to see if he can find anyone onto that A site here. Neumont will switch over to that B site. And are now again, once again, switching over to the A site, trying to window shopping here for a site to plant on.
I've been to every site this round alone. See that shock dart goes out.
Yeri will find one. 4v5 here for Keene State.
Heavy from Team 2 pulling out that Odin. Oh, just unfortunately missed.
Chubby will hold.
Oh,
Will barely just not get the defuse there, leaving it down to a 3v2 here. Keene State has to make a play fast here. And they will be able to find that, as well as it will be 4 more rounds here for Keene State to take it to overtime.
Keene State are making the comeback of a century right here.
I would hold your tongue, Jack. You don't want to jinx it.
Might be.
But anyway, they are making a comeback here, and hopefully they could take it all the way here and be able to secure these next 4 rounds and bring it to overtime. Neumont taking a split approach here, trying to once again feel out what site might be available for them to push on here. Keene State opting to stack on to C site here, leaving B available to once again for that retake play. Mish will find one early. Bring it down to a 4v5 here in favor of Keene State. Minute left on the clock here for Neumont to get that spike down. Spike is present on A site. Gary and Isa on the site here trying to hold down the fort a little bit as the core of Neumont does move over here. We are going to see a teleport come out from Mish onto the site here. However, will be found by that raise, and Chumley will be found by the Killjoy here, leaving it down to a 4v3 here.
Gary just get one.
Ace
Issa
here from
finds
the whole
another.
team as it will be brought down to a 2v1 here in favor of Keene State. 15 seconds on the clock here. Neumont will have to make a plant here.
All right, Keene State wins it. Very nice.
3 more rounds left. They've made it past the halfway point here. More than the halfway point.
Very.
Winning 5 rounds in a row like this is a incredible achievement even now. And Keene State hopes to keep taking it all the way forward. Trade will occur there, finding 2 there. Chumley 2 for 1 will be 3v4 here in favor of Keene. If they were able to isolate that Killjoy and find a pick onto that as they do approach this A site here. Issa with that operator.
Ooh, just barely missing, not getting hit. They are rotating once again. The classic window shopping.
We are going to see the ult from Cypher come out, try to figure out where they're going. They will be exposed that they are going to C site here. However, 20 seconds left on the clock, and Neumont really doesn't have the option to make another rotate here, even despite the fact that the knowledge is present of that they're out.
You see all the utility come out. Finding one.
He's not like letting go of that.
Just using the entire ammo clip.
I mean, he paid for the whole thing. He might as well use it.
Very nice from Keene State, winning another round once again.
2 more rounds here for overtime. Here's Keene State have won 6 whole rounds in a row. And we are going to see a timeout here from Neumont, trying to figure out how to stop this dominant momentum that Keene State has built up here today.
Yeah, our players were celebrating getting that timeout from the other team.
Hey, you take any victory where you can. And as well, as we do have some time available to us, we would also like to thank Fieldstone Land Consultants, a professional engineering, land surveying, and environmental services company servicing New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Vermont, and Maine. And on that same note as well, we would like to thank the Mellison Company, commercial and residential roofing since 1932. And for the last sponsor here for this reading, we would like to also thank Sullivan Tire, located on Winchester Street in Keene. We are always here to get you there. And as we approach again the end of this timeout here, Keene State needing only 2 rounds here to bring it to overtime, and it will become a best of 3. Well, a best of 3 with overtime rules. We'll cross the bridge when we get there.
Do you see that operator being held by Yeri here? Would love to see an operator pick.
Especially on a site like this. So blissfully unaware. Neumont is stacking into that connector. They're trying to find a pick onto a aggressive player here. And Yeri will find a collateral onto 2 there, leaving it to a 2.
Goodness.
Leaving it to a 3v5 here. Just perfectly lining up for him to make that play, as it will give an immediate upper hand to Keene State in the beginning of this round. A minute left on the clock here for Neumont to make a push. They're coming on to ace it here. Chumley hiding behind the box here. Are they aware of it? It does not appear so. We might see a pick. The discipline necessary for this. I would be peeking now. We'll find one. We'll find two.
And then the Omen
And that will be
TP
the
to
third
finds the
one.
last. Oh my
One more
goodness.
round to bring it to overtime here for Keene State.
Oh my goodness.
They're going the whole way. They're going the distance here.
That collat from Yeri was insane at the very beginning. They all just pushed in at the same time, giving it to us. And then it
Ults available to here to both teams. We will most likely see them be used here. As this is the last round, they will have it available here for them. Available for them. As if Keene State does pull out the winner of this round, it will be set even.
they're using their abilities to get over this time, not falling for the operator trick once again.
The spike is in spawn for Neumont here, trying to just find a place to make a push onto here. Unsure currently of how to take this, as Keene State has been playing the retake game to their advantage, winning them 7 rounds in a row.
A lot of waiting with the utility out, I see.
That will be an early pick onto the Omen there, leaving Neumont without the smokes here. However, Mish will be found, and that will be traded out, leaving it to a currently a 3v3 here. Keene playing retake, however,
Ooh,
shotguns are really found and will be traded for. Currently 2v2 here. Neumont will opt to walk off site here, as they will have the double initiator here available to them. Both ults available as well. They will have, Keene will have to play aggressively here. We are going to see this ult come out early here. And Yeri will be found, leaving it just Issa's here. Game resting on their shoulders. And will be found, putting the first match in Neumont. A heartbreaking loss here for Keene.
Turning that from a 12-4 to a 13-11 is very impressive, though, from Keene State. I will say that.
Yeah, they were really able to find their stride there in this last couple of rounds. However, a lead like that is very hard to come back from, and we'll be right back when the second match starts.
Can't feel my body, but don't stop the rave. Don't stop the party.
right, welcome back. And the next map we are playing on is Haven, which is one we've seen before, obviously.
Yeah, a map that the team here is very familiar with, and has lots of practice on. We're seeing the only real difference from the last match here is that we're going to see Chumley on that jet pick that we see before.
Yep.
To be feared, certainly, as you know, within the first 3 rounds of it being played, we saw an ace occur for Chumley there on his debut day for here in Keene State.
Yep.
Well, I mean, he did play for Smash, so
Valorant.
debut for Valorant.
There
Thank
you
you,
go.
thank you. That's a good way to put it. But we are going to see that Keene State here is going to start on attack first. Yeah. As we mentioned, Keene State is a lot more practice on this map, so we are going to see a lot more of these plays that have a lot more execution to them come out from Keene here. And
The phone.
it haunts me.
If only it had Subway Surfers installed on it.
Yeah,
Perfect.
exactly. Riot Games, get on this immediately. Solve this issue.
I can hear the counting of the other team, or of our team, so something's been playing.
We are going to see that Keene State is going to execute on to B site here. Chumley will find that Sova there, and Mish
Mish?
will find that breach there, and Chumley will be found by that Cypher there, leaving it down to currently 4v3 here in favor of Keene State here, as they do take control of C site here, getting the plant down and putting the clock in their favor. Both teams here do have utility to try to take this site. Both teams will have the Omen available to them. Being able to cut off these sight lines can be vital here. And that will
Ooh.
be that first pick of that. And we will see a trade occur. It will be 2-1 here. We are going to see Froggy here.
The Omen TP to Froggy.
Oh.
It is a 1v1, but I think Keene State gets this. Yep. That was a round.
Yeah, it was well executed by Keene there. However, a couple players were found by that Omen with that shorty there.
Yep.
Something we also did fail to discuss at the very beginning of this match is we are going to see the substitution here for Yiset to Froggy on this Cypher, on the Sentinel play. We are going to see Keene do a half buy here, try to be able to secure this second round for them.
We do see the classic lineup. Very nice. We are playing.
Keene State will be able to secure site here as Mish does go for the plant here.
Unfortunately, 2 from Keene are picked off. Mies does find one through the smoke. Chum finds another.
Chum finds 2.
Oh.
They can. The classics can just not do anything to that stinger from Chumley, and that will be that second round for Keene State there.
Chumley almost got caught reloading the weapon, but thankfully, I think Yeri saved them by killing the person, whoever it was.
Yeah, we are going to see Neumont here do a full buy here, try to counter some of this momentum that we do see Keene State developing as they enter in to this third round. Yeah, winning those first 2 rounds can be absolutely vital in securing yourself that snowball that we see in so many of these games. The teams here, we are going to see the shotgun play here from Neumont's Jet on in Hell. However, it will appear that only one player will go into that, and will be Froggy being found there, leaving it down to a 4v5 here. However, Yeri will trade for that Jet, leaving it down to a 4v4. Both teams here trying to find that Omen, and that will be currently brought down to a 3v4. We will see that Bucky talking to shotgun user like the Green Goblin mask, but he will resist and pick up that assault rifle there. Yeah, bringing it currently down to a 3v1 here. Keene State will get the plant off, putting the clock in favor of themselves here. Cypher here will find one player here, will opt to ult, try to find out some more information here.
With the flash from shotgun user, and then the peek from
Chumley
Jumbly. Sorry.
Yeah, will be able to find that last player there, leaving that 3rd round for Keene State. Percher. We potentially see the much I don't even know how to describe that. The tease of an eco operator for Neumont there. However, they will opt for just a regular eco purchase here, as we will see 3 sheriffs for Neumont as they do approach this next round. We will see a default play here from Keene State, as they are trying to just find whatever they can take here from Neumont and hopefully be able to make a move from there. We're going to see that Neumont is not taking the bait and will not be trying to play aggressive to take advantage of some of the pressure that doesn't necessarily exist at this point.
Chum does find one.
You go see the Omen over to A site here.
There's 2 Heaven.
Will opt to leave Heaven there. Currently still a 3v4 here. Shotgun user will find one, leaving it down to 4v2 here.
Unfortunately, the bomb does find a few of us. But 4th round in favor of Keene State, 4-0. It's looking pretty good.
We will see the Jet from Neumont will be purchasing an operator here, trying to really be able to hold down what appears to be the B site here, and especially that main push. See that lineup, they're trying to find people on that site there. We'll find one, and it will displace them there, as they will start to try to push onto this C site here. That will be 2 found by Keene.
Did you see the jet ult come out from Neumont? Chum finds 2. Mish finds the last, and Keene State wins the 5th round.
And they're also going to be able to poach that operator that Neumont had bought and hand it over to Chumley here, who has proven himself very competent with this weapon.
Probably wouldn't happen, but I would love to see another collat. Be really
Two
funny.
in one night would be something. Oh, it will be traded over to Yeri here. Another player who has proven himself with the operator as well.
Oh, that would have been really cool if you hit that.
However, the Omen will in the smoke will find Breach there.
Fortunately, Froggy is picked off.
We're going to be able to say, do take control of the site here, as Chumley will
Chumley
trade
finds
for 2 there, and
2.
we'll be down to a 3v2 here.
Ooh.
However, Jet will find Chumley there. Mish will find Soul. However, that will be all of Keene's players there as Mish is found. And that will be the first round there for Neumont, currently 5-1 in favor of Keene State.
Does seem like though that the operator is gone now, so nobody has it. Oh.
Out of circulation it will be. We're going to see the Omen get a pick there with that Judge there. However, he will be traded out there, leaving it currently 4-4 here.
Chum does find the enemy jet.
And
Yeri.
Yeri will find that enemy, leaving it down to currently 4-2 here in favor of Keene, as they will approach this C site.
Ooh. Fortunately, that tripwire did go off.
Trades will occur here, and it will be down to 2v1 here, as we will see that Breach ult come out, trying to find some of Keene's players there. Will find one of them, but will he be able to capitalize it, as he does make a very aggressive push here. However, will be found by Yeri there, leaving that round in favor of Keene State.
Very nice, very nice.
We are going to see here that Neumont is on a bit of economic downturn. As Keene State will have a lot of this momentum built up here that Neumont simply just cannot compete with, as the rich get richer here.
unfortunately. Yuri gets picked off early.
Chevrolet will find 3 players there. However, it will not be enough as Mish will be found by that Sova, leaving that 8th round in favor of Neumont, as it will be currently 6-2. Keene leading. We are going to see a timeout here from Keene, trying to potentially come up with a new game plan, try to stop some of these rounds that Neumont have been taking for themselves here. But as we've seen so far through this match, Keene is having a much more comfortable time with a lot of these plays that they've been executing.
Yep.
Compared to Neumont, who's been having a lot more have to be playing on the back foot and responding to these plays as well. So you know, it really goes to show kind of how this map difference can really impact how each team plays and how each team wants to take some of these site pushes as well. And it really goes to show just how much practice is needed for any given team here to really try to come out on top. And we'll be approaching the end of this timeout here. 5 seconds left.
3, 2, 1.
Absolutely flawless countdown there from Jack.
Oh, thank you.
However, we are going to see ults available to both teams here. Keene does have one more than Neumont coming into it. We are going to see the ult early from the Sova. Shooting a little high there, but will still be enough to keep Keene on their toes a little bit here and allow some time for some of Neumont's players to rotate around over to C site here. And we will see fire be exchanged through the smoke.
Two through the
will
smoke.
be found through the smoke here.
Seems like Keene are just opting to not push C and push a different point.
Yeah.
Looking like B.
And we'll opt to play more with trying to play around the control that Neumont had set up on C site and had left B for the taking here, as we are going to see the plant come out from Keene there, putting the clock in favor of themselves. We're going to see the blind coming out here from both teams. However, Mish will find 1, Mish will find 2. Mish will get 3 that round. That will be that 9th round for Keene State. Currently 7-2.
Very nice.
With the Owls leading. Yeah, we are going to see a ult be used by Neumont there. However, they still were not able to come out on top from it. Will even making a bigger differential in these ult points that both teams have here available to them. We are going to once again see this default play come out from Keene, trying to wait and see how Neumont responds from the lack of pressure and hopefully try to make a play from there. They are able to secure the ult orb off of C here. Minute left here on the clock for Keene to push on to site here. We are going to see the Silva Dart try to scan on to C site here, revealing some positions of Neumont's players Keene will use that as their go button here to try to find some players. However, there will be Jet right there trying to see what they can find. And will trade out, going currently 1 for 2. I can't even keep up what's going on. It is currently 2 to 4 here in favor of Keene as they do take control of this site. So much happens in so little time when it comes to this game. Very explosive plays here from both teams. Froggy will find the Omen there.
Ooh.
However, will be traded out by that Cypher. They're still 1v2. 1v3. I don't know who I wasn't counting, but regardless, that will be a round win for Keene State here. Currently 2 to 8. Owls again leading. Six ults here on the field. It will come down to both teams whether or not how they want to decide and when they want to decide to use these can make all the difference in stopping this momentum or keeping this lead going for either team. Taking control of this ult orb once again.
Seems like Fairmont are using their jet. Oops.
Yeah, Neumont's duelist has popped their ult here. These knives do give a large amount of pressure to this jet. However, it will be kind of use them or lose them at this point. So we'll see how Neumont will kind of prepare to take on this A-site push that Keene State is preparing for themselves here. We are seeing utility being thrown about by both teams here as both attempt to take control. Say Mish will find that enemy Omen. Trading for that controller will be big as as Neumont will not be able to cut off some of these sight lines for themselves. We are going to, it's currently a 3v5 here in favor of Keene. Jet with knives is in heaven here. However, Froggy will find that initiator. Currently 2 to 5 here. Yeri will be found by that Sova in heaven. And Froggy will be found with those knives that we had mentioned. Crosshair will come out. Mish will find one there. And it will be currently down to a 1v3 here. And it will be down to a 1v1 here. Just Mish, clock in favor, and it will appear that Neumont will be backing up here in order to try to secure some eco.
Oh.
However, Mish will be found by that spike, as that will be that 11th round for Keene. Last round of the half here. We see a lot of ults available for Keene here. They will most likely have all 5 here.
Yep.
Will we see all 5? That remains to be seen.
I do feel like we're going to get this orb here, if it's still there. And I think we're going to have all 5 ults for this last round. Nope, it's not there.
We are going to see the Odin purchase from Shotgun User, living up to the username that he has picked for himself in between seasons.
Mish did TP onto point. No one's...
Mish will find one. And they will take control of C-Site here.
Froggy does find a pick on their Omen.
Oh, however, Chumley will be found by that Bulldog from Connector. Will currently be a 4v3 here in favor of Keene.
Ooh, unfortunately, Mish is found. The name is coming to fruition.
He
Just
paid for the
emptying
entire mag.
whole
He's gonna
mag.
use the entire mag.
Getting that pick.
He's already dead.
He's already dead. Living up to the name
Username.
Heavy from TF2.
We will see an 8-round difference here in favor of Keene State. Only need to secure these next 3 rounds in order to win the night. Well, any 3 rounds here before Neumont can secure tenure. Large amount of comfort room here for Keene. We're going to see a set play here from Keene that we have seen in previous weeks with the aggressive duelist play through long here. We hear a lot of talk about Mississippi over there with them counting. However, this aggressive play will not come to fruition here, as they will be pushing on to C-site here. They will be found. Mish will be left to fend for their own, as Mish will be found one with the help of Shotgun User, and Froggy will find another there, and it will be currently brought down to 2v3, and will be brought down to 3v3 as Shotgun User is found. However, both Froggy will be found too, leading it to a 2v3 in favor of Neumont, as they get the spike down and will put the clock in their favor. Both teams here trying to take it very slow, trying to see what they can pick out from either side. Clock is going down.
We do get a tag on the Silva. Gary. Unfortunately, we do not get the defuse.
Enough, as that will be that third round win for Neumont there, leaving the score 3-10 in favor of Keene.
Chummy did get that knife kill at the end, though.
That is true, but
I think that might have been a first for Keene State, knife kill.
I think there's been knife kills before. I believe we had one last season.
Probably. Does seem like Keene State are opting to just save this round, not really buy much.
Keene will be forced to play retake here, which will be very difficult here, as they do not have the firepower that Neumont has right now with these classics that they have. However, will not stop an attempt here, as anything they can get here will be beneficial for them. However, 2 will be found. However, Shotgun User will trade out and will find 1. However, will be found by another, and Keene will find 1 more, and it will be just Yeri, as they will be found through the smoke, and that will be that 14th round for Neumont. We're going to see an aggressive play here on to C-site.
Ooh, nice.
They will find 2 there and will opt to back up with it as well.
Meese just barely missing that jet singer. Unfortunately, Yuri is picked off. That Omen did ult to A.
Neumont here in a precarious situation. Have to try to figure out a way to take some of these sites here. They did teleport out, however, they will find Mish, leaving it down to a 3v3 here. Froggy will be found. Currently 2v3 here as they will take control of that site there. Tremblay will find one, leaving it down to a 1v2 there as they will be traded for shotgun user.
Spike planted. Blocking sight.
Oh,
Ooh.
that was such a scary situation.
It's a very difficult situation to try to play from there for Chumley. However, we will approach score currently 5-10 in favor of Keene. However, Neumont has won these 3 rounds in a row, which will mean they will have that snowball advantage that Keene currently does not, as we will see that they will be Keene will be forced to purchase a little less than what they're used to.
We do
We'll
get two
reveal a
revealed.
push on to A site here as Yeri will be forced to back up with that shockwave.
Ooh.
Chubby will get his hands on a phantom here, as they will be forced on to retake here. Chubby will find one. Chubby will find 2 there. Mish will be found. Heavy shotgun user will find one with a shotgun. Shotgun user will find 2 with the shotgun, living up to his name.
His old name.
It's still in the back of his shirt. It counts.
I guess you're right. And very nice from Keene State right there.
Yeah, absolutely phenomenal execution on that retake. No shots missed and no punches pulled. Neumont here pushing into mid, potentially trying to go on to this B site here, one that we have not seen them really attempt to attack so far. Misha left with a sliver of HP here. Neumont stacking into garage here.
Ooh.
Ooh, however, shotgun user will be found there.
We find 2.
Trades going back and forth here, leaving it down to a 2v2 here. Gary will find one.
1v1.
It will be just down to these 2 versus each other.
Dodges the blind.
And Yeri
Very
will
nice
find
from
them.
Yeri right there. Very nice from Keene State right there.
Will be match point here. Keene in the lead. One more round here to bring the map score 1-1 and bring it to a map 3 here.
Oh, fortunate.
We're going to see Neumont trying to pressure onto this B site here. However, they will opt to what looks like move over to the C site. There's still going to be an advantage here for Neumont here. A trade will occur. It will be 3v4 here. We are going to see the Gnarl Theft come out from the Neumont Cypher. It will result in Mish being found here, leaving it down to 2 versus 4 here. Keene might opt for a save here. Pushing into 4v2. It's a little difficult here. Vieri will find one, leaving it down to 3v2. Not much time left here on the clock. And it will appear that Keene will be saving, or to preserve the eco that they had gotten for themselves a little more.
The phone.
The phone.
Last minute scroll before the round ends.
The we are going to see that Keene is going to have to sacrifice in a few places for some of these purchases, as we will see both an Ares and a Spectre come out. Seeing a little bit of crouch spam here. Just going back and forth.
Heavy does find one.
Yeah, pick early there. We'll leave it currently 5-4 here for Neumont here. However, Mish will be found, as they will walk onto site. However, Chumley will find that pick. Yeri will find another. Is currently going to be brought down to a 2 versus 2 here. Yeri will find one. It will be just left down to Neumont's breach here.
He is completely surrounded by Keene State.
Left on very little HP here.
Just barely missing him.
Aiming a little high there.
But
that will
Keene
not be
State
enough time.
wins
As Keene
the map.
State will bring the score 1-1, leaving a map 3 to win it all tonight.
Yeah, very well done played from Keene State, and we'll see you all in map 3. All right.
All right, and we are back once again. And as we enter this third map, it will be Pearl. And we are seeing a lot of firsts here from both teams entering in. We are seeing both teams pick up this Astra, which we did hear our team discuss beforehand, right before we got back to the stream. It's apparently a very, very powerful pick on this map with a lot of potential. And we are seeing some other picks that we have not seen before from any players. We are going to see the Fade, which we don't see very often, and we are also going to see the Vice, which I don't think we've ever seen played in a match here on Playfly. But as we enter in here, the Pearl is once again a map that is not very well practiced by the Valorant team. It's not one they scrim on extremely often. So a lot of this is some uncharted territory for them as they enter in. You're going to see an explosive start here from Keene as they enter in through mid here, taking all the space they can get, and Shotgun User will find one of Neumont's players here. They'll approach here, trying to decide their next move.
Ooh, unfortunately, two are found by the Jet.
We traded out, bringing the score back down. And it will be brought to currently a 2 versus 2 here. Chumley will find one, bring it down to a 1 versus 2 here. Just Neumont's Astra available to them here. And that will be one pick there.
Gary got the sneak around on the Astra and was able to win the round. Very nice from Keene State. The phone.
The phone is back.
The phone.
It haunts me. A call from Darius Dewberry on the way. That was a very specific reference for one person who probably is asleep by now, if I have to guess. However, we will see a push on over to B site here for Keene State as they approach here. they're really trying to take advantage of this economy advantage that they do have available to them here, as they really, Neumont will not be able to contest some of these longer sight lines. We are seeing everything under the sun being thrown out.
Yep.
I can't tell if Wednesday has come early or if this is truly Valorant. However, we would like to mention that the Keene State Overwatch game is postponed to this Saturday. And we will see Mish get find two around the corner there. And it will be brought down to a 3v5 here for Keene State, with them taking the advantage. With barely a scratch on them to show for it either.
Froggy is all surrounded.
However, Froggy will be traded out, and that will be that second round there for Keene State. Bit of an interesting buy here from Keene State here. A little bit all over the place. From both teams, actually. I don't think there's two loadouts in that menu that are the same. You're going to see the opener into art there, and we'll find that Jet. However, the same aggressive play will work for a second time there, as Shotgun User will find two and will start to push over onto A site here. We are going to get the plant off from the area here.
3v5 situation. All three are on point. Gary finds one, Froggy finds another. I think, will Fade try to get this? Seems like it. That Fade cannot defuse those, so this is another round in for Keene State. 0-3 for Keene State. 3-0, I guess.
Yeah, and as we approach here, time-wise as well, we're going to see a bit more of fatigue, not only for us, but for both teams here as well, as both teams have been playing for about 2 hours or 2.5, coming up on 2 hours now. So both teams here, it will be a little bit of a test of endurance for some of these players here, as playing for this long might lead to some loss of comms, speaking from experience. We are going to see Keene State trying to execute onto B site here. However, the Vise utility is up and around, which will make it a bit harder here for them to push in.
Each does find one.
Oh, Chumley taking a lot of damage there from that Vise trap.
Mish found.
Mish is on site and will find
He
that
found
Vise.
3.
And that will be another round win there for Keene State. Mish finding for that round.
Yeah, very nice.
Very stellar play here from Keene State as they will have a massive ult and economy lead to play off of here coming into this 5th round.
We do hear that wall go out from Keene State.
This is a personal favorite of mine. Just to be aware, the other team cannot hear that plant go off through that wall. The wall will go down here and post plant will be played out here from both teams.
They are diffusing. Very nice from Yeri. It is a 3v1. Mish does get that final kill.
And that will be that 5th round for Keene State. They're securing them a 5-0 lead. We are going to see the operator purchase here from Chumley. They have secured themselves a large enough of a lead to justify a purchase like this, and especially with a push on to B site here. That advantage you can get from playing that long angle there.
The KO knife from Mish finds another early on. We do hear the Cypher
will come out from Froggy, allowing them to understand where the enemy team does have their card set.
Heavy funding that Astra. It's a 3v5 in favor of Keene State. Mish finds another.
Be 2 for this round for Mish. Currently 2 versus 5 here. Froggy will find another. Leaving it all up to just this Vice here and how they decide to take the rest of this round.
That's another round for Keene State, 6-0.
Yeah, bringing the score up to 6-0 here. And we are going to see a timeout from Neumont.
Keene State have really turned this game around with that first map. You know, not quite knowing exactly how to handle this team, but then I think we've turned it around quite.
Yeah, Keene State is really, yeah, as you've been saying, Keene State really was able to find their stride and how to really try to take this dance with the other team and know where to be, who to focus, how to try to take site control, and how the other team wants to try to take site. And it's really all just starting to fall together. And we're especially seeing with this immediate 6-0 lead that they built for themselves here on a map they admitted to us they were not practiced on.
Yeah, no.
So it is a very impressive thing that kind of goes to show some of the adaptability that the team does have on their tool belt and how it's really securing them a lot of these rounds here for themselves. And that's the time it's coming to an end.
Mish finds another early pick, playing very aggressive. Froggy finds one. Heavy also finds one. It is a 4v2. Instantly, right off the bat, the round has barely started.
Minute 20 on the clock here. Keene will push on to A site uncontested here and will get the plant off. Neumont here with 2 ults here. They might try to use them here or leave it as well. We are going to see the Vice ult come out, and only it will find one, and it will just be Froggy with his shorty and a dream. However, it will not matter as Chumley and Mish will find picks there, and that will be that 7th round for Keene State.
Very nice. We do see that Jet ult come out.
We are going to see these jet knives come out from Neumont here, as they will try to find Mish. However, Mish will get the pick before they are able to come online, and we are going to see
Mish and
even
Froggy getting a
with the
simultaneous.
flash going on, we will see Froggy and Mish find 2 there, leaving it down to a 5v2 here in this 8th round. Both of Neumont's players here on site here, without much to their name.
Ooh. We do know where that Vice is. Where do you get that? Mish finds a 3rd. Mish finds a 4th.
And that will be 4 picks there for Mish, as that will be that 8th round secured.
2nd time Mish has gone super close to getting an ace. Wow.
Mish here with an absolutely dominant performance as we come close to the end of this first half with 4 rounds left.
Looks like
we are going to see
using
the
that
wall come out here from Mish.
Oh!
As Chumley will find
Chumley
2
finds-
heads with that Sheriff.
Very nice.
You give Chumley an inch and he will take a mile.
That wall is coming down. Fortunately, Froggy gets picked off through the smoke.
And we might see the fate. We do see the fatal come out.
Yuri is the last one, but they do get the defuse.
And that will be that first round for Neumont there, as it will be currently 1-8 with 3 rounds left in this first half. Yeah, the fatal really put a lot of pressure onto Keene there, and they weren't able to predict whether or not that defuse was going off.
Least does find one.
And will secure that B site for the team here, as they will get the plant off, and it will be 4 versus 5 here in favor of Keene.
Froggy does get picked off. Ooh. A lot of utility came out there to secure the win for Fairmont there.
And that will be their second round win here. And the score will be 2-8. We are going to see the operator there we're going to see the operator there from what appears to be both teams. And we are going to have a timeout as well from Keene State. I feel like there's not much to go on about that we haven't already discussed
yeah,
so
no.
far, but you know, as we've seen tonight, we're starting to slow down. I imagine a lot of some of the players might be slowed down as well. Some of that adrenaline might be kicking out of their system, and that can really impact play in a lot of scenarios, and especially games at this late at night.
Yep.
So it could come down to somewhat of a contest of endurance. But as we're seeing, it appears that Keene has not been letting up. So we are seeing a very good start for this map here as we approach the end of this first half. We are going to see Keene start with that breach ult there, and we are going to see Neumont in return throw out that fatal.
Ooh. Mish does out-snipe that operator.
And it will be currently a 3v2 here in favor of Keene. However, they do not have full control over the site just yet. Mish will find one,
Mish
Yeri
and
will
Yeri
find the other,
once
and that
again.
will be another round win for Keene State. And it will be the last round of this first half here, as we will both teams here attempt to purchase all they can in order to try to secure this last round.
Keene State has 4 ultimates here to use. Wow. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. Playing it very aggressive, just nice. Cypher ult comes out. We're just
The
full
KO
sending
caught
it
with
into.
his, I would say pants down, but with his gun not out.
It is a 5v1 already. Just using ults while they can before it gets reset for next round.
And we are going to have an entirely flawless round here for Keene State, as they will take the last round of the half, leaving the score currently 10-2 here. Keene State needs 3 rounds here to win the night, and Neumont will need 10 here in order to be able to bring it to overtime. Or 11 to win if Keene doesn't get 2 more. Anyway, going forward, we do have Keene does have the advantage here.
Yep.
With an 8-round lead. Why does he look? He look. Surely important comms are being said in that exchange there.
100%.
We are going to see this aggressive play again, once again, for that orb. However, Chumley will be found, and they will not be able to get the ult orb on top of it, leaving them at a disadvantage for this first round. Heavy will find that jet there.
It is a
Leaving it
3v4.
to 3v4 right now. Shotgun user is still on site in the cubby. Yeri will be found there, leaving currently to a 2v4 here. We've all been there, Froggy. We've all been there. Well, we've all. We're going to see how Keene State's going to try to take back this second round of this half here, as we are going to see the most be purchased here is just a light shield, and we're going to get one frenzy on top of it. I see Neumont put a lot of their core into B site here with Spike as well. As they approach onto site here, Keene is going to back up in order to try to play retake here. However, Neumont is being a little indecisive right now with their push here, and it is allowing Keene State a lot of time here to get this rotate off. And the plant will go off, and that will put the clock in favor of Neumont. Yeah, he will find one, but that was a save round there for Keene. So being able to at least trade for one is something. And we are going to see purchases come out from Keene.
We're going for this aggressive play once more. We do get suppressed by the KO knife. Unfortunately, two of Keene State is picked off.
You're going to see that Neumont's going to rotate over to B site with the spike. However, that Astra is still lurking around. So Yeri could be picked off here if found. However, he will have an opportunity, but will be found regardless. And it will be brought down to currently now a 4v2 in favor of Neumont here. Spike planted here. Chumley will be found by that Astra. Froggy will find one.
This is a very tough situation. Just trying to get as many picks.
Froggy will find 3 there, which will give a little more comfort room as Neumont will be forced to purchase once again for those 3 players. We're going to see a play that Neumont has been doing for a couple of rounds here, which is trying to draw attention away from their core push, as we will see that Neumont will be rotating out of that B site over into mid once again. Plays uncertain here. Keene is divided up right now. Both teams trying to find some advantage to push here.
Concussing him. 30 seconds left.
The Fatal does come out. Oh,
Mish
Mish
will
does
find
get
one with that classic.
Chum does find
Chumley will
another.
find another.
Heavy's running away.
However,
get
that
picked
will
off.
be shotgun user found.
Fortunately, Froggy gets picked off. The reload, but doesn't
Chumley
matter.
will find one. It'll just be one left here.
The
And
2v1
will
and Keene
find it.
State wins that round. Yeah,
Will be stopping some of that momentum that Neumont was building for themselves there.
Oh.
We are going to see a timeout come out from Neumont here. That 3-round win streak was put to an end.
Yep. That's one thing I've definitely noticed about this match tonight is that each team kind of finds their footing and goes on a win streak until the other team finally finds their footing and then goes on a win streak until.
Yeah, it really shows how much the power of snowballing can really impact a lot of these games. And having that economy advantage just gives you way more opportunities to take different angles, to take different fights, and really just give your team an edge in almost every conceivable way.
Mm-hmm. I will say Misha's dominating the leaderboard right now with
Yeah, currently 24-8.
24 and 8, the only person with in the 20s for kills. Shotgun
user
user
will
does
find
find
one
an early
there.
pick.
Will be that fade there with lacking that some of that utility that Initiator has.
Classic trick of just using the whole clip.
You're hearing screams from
The
help.
screams for help. Chumley is on 26 HP, a little bit of a disadvantage.
However, they're still holding this angle here. Neumont trying to decide how they want to take this. They will send their Vice forward here.
Crosshair just a little too high.
That will be another one for Keene State there, leaving it down to 3 versus 5 here. Froggy will be found, but will be traded out, leaving it down to 2 versus 4 here. Chubbly will be found, leaving it 1 versus 4. Spike in possession of Keene here.
The Odin, once again, using the entire clip.
If I'm not mistaken, I think I just heard Vector. I'm not sure if any of the viewers could have heard, but got a very loud and audible "oh yeah" from from Shotgun User. Well, hopefully he can take this direction and magnitude and take the game here on match point.
Oh,
We are
they
going
are
to see
putting
the
up.
Asher Ball come out from Neumont. The only ult in their arsenal right now. We're looking for picks. Froggy will find one
finds
through the
one.
smoke.
Tries to get more chip damage in. Fortunately gets picked off. We do use it. The KO ult does come out, making it so that Mish finds another. Mish finds 2. Mish finds 3. And it's now a 1v1.
It's now a 1v1 here. This is currently for the match here. Ooh, Keene could come out with the win with this. And
Keene
Mish will find
gets
it.
Nice
And
job.
that will be the 13th round and the win for Keene State.
Congrats, Keene State.
Winning 2-1 and coming on top of Neumont. Getting their 3rd win of the season.
Very nice plays.
And as we close out at nearly 11 o'clock at night, we would like to thank everyone who is watching for watching. And anyone who's reviewing the VOD, you could stop here. And we would all like to wish you a good night, and we will see you again, hopefully later this week.
Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. I see the world through ice covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Take my eyes open to force reality. Why can't you just let me eat my weight in glee? I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in their cradles, profanities. Some days I feel skinnier than all the other days. Sometimes I can't tell if my body belongs to me. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.